I don't know what it is, but I just love doing my shoulders like this. Okay. Okay, so we are back once again, this time with Saturn in the eighth house. Oh boy, how did we end up here? Because Saturn in the eighth house takes things rather serious when it comes to commitments and finance and one-on-one intimacy. And as a matter of fact, these people with displacement does not waste any time when it comes to getting busy. Yes, I said it. And they could have so many different things that they try sexually, that they keep secret and other people don't know. As a matter of fact, there's a lot that they keep secret. If you have Saturn in the eighth house, or you know someone with Saturn in the eighth house placement, they won't be so it won't be so easy to get personal information out of them. It just won't, because a lot of what they've gained financially, whatever, they went through something hard to get it, or they went through lots of obstacles to possibly get it. Now, which is pretty interesting, because if you watch Saturn in the seventh house, you'll see just how Saturn ended up in the eighth house, and why now that it finally ended in the eighth house with what it wants, and so much to gain, so much to lose, why it would be harsh on the outside world or anybody that decides to infiltrate it. Okay. But with Saturn being in the eighth house, when we're talking about marriage and things of that nature, they can take much pride in their marriage, in their commitments. And people with displacement, they can actually stay in situations, in marriages that they've outgrown or doesn't benefit them anymore. And some, not all, but some, and I'm going to say few and in between, could even be capable of staying in abusive situations. And, only because it can be rather hard to disconnect or leave the situation from behind. Like, they're literally stuck with each other. And there could be just a lot of stuff, like a lot of karma, or just situations that both partners know about the other. Oh yeah, I know you have a dead body in the basement. So I'm saying, there's a lot that the two people share, okay, and know about each other, that's kept secret from other people. Now, you can also see people with Saturn in the eighth house, their partner, hold a lot of secrets away from them, okay? And the partner could be rather secretive. The partner could be rather cold. And not only can a partner be cold, but the person with displacement could be secretive, cold, and withheld, okay? And they very well can be. And, they're one of the reasons that they're able to be in really long relationships, if so be it, is because they'll put what they committed to each other, what they contracted between each other before saying, okay, I'm about to leave you because you were cheating. They'll either be more about working through it or just overlooking it. If it comes in between of money, contracts, business, okay, because they don't play about their business either. Saturn in the eighth house people, they could be very good business people, and I'm gonna say this, contracts is the best way to go with you guys. If a lot of times you're gonna be about your contracts, but through trial and error and people screwing you over enough, you're gonna finally come to the understanding that it's best to get some type of agreement between you and someone, like a prenup even, okay? You don't have to do this, or even a business contract even, so that the person isn't gypping you, ripping you off, or either walking out with everything that you brought into the situation and they didn't bring anything. You have to remember that, because, you know, even though this is the eighth house of like everything suspicious, a lot of times we are least suspicious of the people that we need to be suspicious of, because they may sweet talk us, or they may make something look really good. And a person with Saturn in the 8th house is already going into their situations thinking long term. Okay, that don't mean that that's what everybody else's agenda is. And people with Saturn in the 8th house can go through lots of different obstacles until they realize that, you know, they have to look into who they're trusting and things of that nature. And there's often themes of having to let go of materials, businesses, partners in harsh ways. Sometimes through losing a partner through death, or and this is just covering the whole grounds. I'm not saying that you are going to lose a partner in death, but just get where I'm going here. Or having to go through serious changes with the person. We even have themes of the partner being trying to get them back, and going like way below the belt and doing things like to purposely hurt them. You know, there's jealousy, there's enviness and resentfulness that can creep up inside of these marriages and partnerships and stuff too. Okay, so lots of obstacles. You know, and as good as business people that you guys can be, some of you guys can find it hard to build business and accumulate money that way. But when you do, you have the potential to accumulate large sums of money. And going back to the death thing, a lot of you guys gain large sums of money through someone else's death, like the death of a parent, like someone willing you something, okay? And you're able to take that, what's willed to you, and just like produce something big for your life, you know, depending on how you invest it. We're talking about investments here. You know, we're talking about insurance policies and things of that nature. Now, Saturn in the 8th house could also experience abusive situations, and whatever that situation, whatever the abuse, they have the potential to come out stronger, more powerful, to help others. Saturn in the 8th house are definitely powerful people, and they could want all the power for themselves, and it could be dominating in marriages and relationships and business and overly serious, and you can get people that is like that with you. However, when all is said and done, people with Saturn in the 8th house have to learn how to scale their power. You know, do something to where you have the power, but you're building something for other people to find their power, or to gain something in life that benefits them, or you're leveraging the power. You don't need all the power. You know, you give people space. You let them go if they want to go, because sometimes you see that they come back. Mostly all the time they do, you know. And Saturn in the 8th house have to learn how to really ultimately trust themselves, okay? And how to detach themselves from things that are situations that they've contracted themselves in, whether verbally, physically, mentally, spiritually, and detach from that, and know early on when it's time to let go of something, and you know, it's when it's outdone its process. And change, welcomely invite change into your life, especially when you see that it's necessary, because the house of Pluto is going to keep pushing you to that point, okay? But once you ever get through obstacles that you face, you're a very powerful person. You can gain lots of money. You can do very good in business and marriages and all that, okay? And if you did go through any type of abusive situation, use that to your advantage. Let it make you stronger in a positive way. All right, so this has been Saturn in the 8th house. I'm Butterfly to Light. Like, share, subscribe, because I will be back.